My boyfriend of almost 8 years is cheating on me. I have to tell him without revealing how I know. Please help me. Hey guys, I made a Reddit account so I could make this post. I'm not really sure how the app works, so bear with me, haha. I, F20, have been with my BF Michael, M20, fake name, since we were 13. Back in 2018 we broke up for a few months, but I truly believe we have a healthy, happy relationship. I love him with all my heart, and while we've had our problems like any couple, we've grown together, in age and in maturity. Today an old friend, Justin, fake name, who I haven't really spoken to in years, reached out to me. He told me that he knows Michael cheated on me over the summer and up to about 4 months ago. Justin told me that he doesn't have any proof, so of course I was a bit sussed out at first, but when he gave me the name of the girl, Claudia, fake name, I knew it was probably true. Claudia and Michael used to be close work friends who I knew would see each other often outside of work, along with some other friends who I'm starting to think may not exist. I've met Claudia a few times, but Michael never really integrated me into that friend group, with the excuse that they were all work friends, so it would be awkward if I hung out with them. Apparently Michael's justification for cheating on me was that I've cheated on him, so it's okay, even though that's a complete lie. Justin said a lot of people are under the impression I've cheated on Michael, and he's probably the one spreading these rumors. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Thing is, Justin is friends with Claudia, and Claudia made Justin swear to never tell me, hence why I only found out all these months later. Justin begged me not to tell Michael how I found out, and I think I should honor that because I'm very grateful he told me in the first place. Anyways, I have to tell Michael that I know what he did, or at least what I think I know. But I can't mention Justin's name at all since I don't want him to get in trouble or anything. Justin told me I could tell Michael the first no the girl was Claudia. Any advice? I'm not really thinking straight right now, and I don't even know if I'll have what it takes to break up with him, so I appreciate anything you guys have to offer me. Edit, sorry I've stopped replying. Serious stress migraine the past 24 hours. I'll be posting a full lengthy update later tonight, promise 3. Thank you all for the responses, though I'm reading each one and I really appreciate it. I know you are cheating with Claudia. It's over. Helped. Brilliant. Thank you, smiley face, smiley face. Easy. You just tell him, I know you cheated on me. It is over. Bye. And remove him from your life and don't talk to him again. Helped. This is the exact advice I'd give someone else in my situation, smiley face. Only problem is it's easier said than done. I know what you did with Claudia. And watch the color run out of his face. I know what you did last summer. Hope you are right and Justin is not making this up to cause problems. Always a possibility and I'm keeping that in mind, but I'm fairly convinced he isn't lying. In all this, remember to go to the doctor to get checked. My 27M dad wants me to forgive my mom and see her again. My dad got in touch with me about 2 years ago after he left me and my mom when I was 5. My parents were only 15/16 when they had me, and so the entire situation was less than ideal. When my dad reached out to me a couple years ago, I was able to forgive him because it was such a long time ago and I don't remember much about him before he left, and the memories I do have are positive. I was angry with him when I was a teenager for abandoning me, but when he finally got in contact with me I was more indifferent than angry with him. Now my dad thinks I should also see my mom. Apparently he got in contact with her again, not romantically. He is married, and she wants to see me. My dad says that if I can forgive him for abandoning me, then I should be able to forgive my mom, who at least tried a bit longer. My initial reaction is that I don't want to talk to my mom at all. I'm wondering if I should give her a chance though. I lived with her for about a year after my dad left us, then I was put into foster care when I was 6 because she had substance abuse issues and was pretty horrible to me. I left my great foster family to go back to my mom when I was 10. Pretty quickly she went back to her old ways. She treated me horribly, and when I was 14 I was back in the system. But it was much worse the second time. I went to a lot of group homes and foster homes, nearly all of which were shitty situations, and the next 4 years of my life absolutely sucked. I do blame my mom for my unhappy life from 11 to 18. When I was 19 I contacted my mom and we made plans to reconnect, but she stood me up on our second meeting. I didn't initiate any further and we haven't seen each other since. Also, I'm pretty angry at my dad right now. I don't need this kind of relationship with him where he gives me parental advice. Told him he hasn't been a father figure in 20 plus years and he shouldn't start now. Apparently he disagrees. I also think that if I decide not to talk to my mom, then I don't want my dad to talk to her either, especially not about me. I don't think my mom deserves to hear about my life if I don't want her to hear about it. My life has been good for nearly 10 years. I will say that having my dad around the past few years has been really nice, and I get why having my mom around could also be good, if she has cleaned herself up. I'm still angry at my mom, so it would be nice if she could prove to me that she has changed and I could forgive her, but I just don't trust based on everything she did to me previously. Too long didn't read. My mom, who abused me, wants to reach out. My dad, who abandoned me as a kid, thinks I should see her. I think you're being perfectly reasonable. The circumstances with each parent are vastly different, and it is unfair of your father to refuse to recognize that your mother made choices that seriously fucked up the second half of your childhood. If you are not interested in a relationship with her because of the damage she caused, that's okay. If you don't want her to know anything about you, that is also a completely reasonable boundary. Let your father know that this topic is not up for discussion. You can let him know why only if you want to, and make sure he knows that under no circumstances is he to share anything about your life or how to contact you with your mother. You should also clarify with your father that you understand that biologically he's your father, but functionally, he wasn't and isn't. You don't need a dad, you want a friend. You have every right to be upset at what happened and to not forgive her. You also don't have to give her a chance either, but it could be ideal in the future when you feel ready. It's your life and you decide who's in it. You can tell her exactly what you think, what you wrote here, for her to understand as well as your father. Your father has to respect your decision. Do what you want to do and what's better for yourself. Your dad can give his opinion, but he was not there for the abuse. If it will have you go backwards, don't see her. Just because someone gave birth to you does not entitle them to be a part of your life. My boyfriend, 25 meters, follows over 4K women on IG, and it makes me, 24F, feel uncomfortable and insecure. Should I stop caring about it? We have been together for 6 years. I was a very secure person, but then he would always say how he wishes or how I would look better if my thighs or ass was bigger. I would unfollow anyone he was uncomfortable with me following, which were only a handful. But whenever I'd mention a girl he was sexually involved with, he would just say she's not doing anything to you and why does it matter, and of course she has the body type he told me he wishes I had. That's when I started feeling insecure. Over time I noticed the amount of people he follows kept growing, and it got to a point where I couldn't ignore it because it would come up on my explore page. It was all either fully naked women or half naked women with the same body type. Not to mention we recently moved to UK and all of a sudden he's following random local women. I don't understand. I spoke to him many times and he dismisses my feelings and just says I'm insecure and that it means nothing. Recently, I told I feel that he overlooks my feelings when it comes to this, and all he said is that I do it to myself for looking. I deleted it, but all that just stays on my mind. I was a very secure person, but then he would always say how he wishes or how I would look better if my thighs or ass was bigger. This is the time to leave him. None of those 4,000 women would give him any time of the day. Why should you? Everyone who enters his profile is judging him and feeling sorry for you. You deserve a lot better. The moment I was told my body should look different was the moment my life changed and I became very insecure. I'm not saying this will happen to you, but I know how awful it feels. Don't let this man ruin you for your future healthy relationship. You will find someone who loves you for you and you will be secure. If anything, Focus on self-love no matter what decision you make. You are perfect the way you are. Exactly. One of the first guys I dated would do this. He'd send me pictures of IG models, telling me I should work out more so I could look like them, completely ignoring the fact that those images were heavily photoshopped. It broke me in a way. Even now I'm still insecure about it. Whenever my current boyfriend is scrolling through IG and happens to come across a picture like that, I'm always wondering if he also wished I'd looked like that. Even though he's always telling me he loves the way I look. That one guy just broke me a little bit. Almost stopped reading at the second sentence. You deserve more than this, op. I was a very secure person, but then he would always say how he wishes or how I would look better if my thighs or ass was bigger. This is a known trick of the shitty and abusive. They drag your self-esteem down so you'll accept them treating you poorly and like you're inferior to them. Now he's in charge and you're just grateful that someone will accept your flaws. Gets to follow thousands of half-naked girls while he decides who you're allowed to follow. You know this isn't fair, but you'll put up with whatever trash he throws at you, because he got in your head and convinced you that you can't do better than him. It sounds like you just moved somewhere with him, so now he's got you in a new place where you don't know anyone, so he's feeling pretty secure in the fact that he can treat you however he wants and you won't dare leave. He doesn't care about your feelings because he's an asshole, and he doesn't have to care about your feelings. He's gotten you to accept that. This is why if a man tells you that he wishes you were hotter or your body were different, you just dump him. If he doesn't like it, why would you let him have it? He doesn't deserve it. Find someone else that is happy to buy what you're selling. Dump him. Raise your standards.